Oh, good morning. What time we got here? 9 o'clock. Humid, partly cloudy, and it's warm out. It's real humid. Air conditioner in my apartment is broken, so they say they'll be around sometime Wednesday, I guess. And we're just gonna continue with this heat wave. Well, not heat wave. It's not hundreds, but it's humid. Wanted to thank everybody as usual. Figured as long as I can walk, I will walk. I'll go right up to the sub shop here. I'll see if code enforcement gives a rat's butt about whether they keep these sidewalks clear or not. You can see they just dump garbage all over this place. This is a dump, this town, and its leaders, and its lack of leaders. It's just big piles of rubble. Hey, who comes to pick it up? So they got that supposedly, allegedly, had that Gilgo Beach murderer. Uh, I believe he was known as the Long Island serial killer. He's been on the loose for quite a while. But they seem to have this guy, DNA, uh, and he's got a real checkered past. People say he was just flat out creepy. Allegedly creepy. So he's off the streets for now. That's good. Days like today, boy, you could really get a sunburn, scorch the living tar out of yourself. Wow. Hey, Crime Nights channel's been doing very well. For those of you who follow New Jersey Exposed, he's on Gunnison Undercover on Facebook. Go check him out there. Gunnison Undercover, Facebook. If I remember, I'll leave a link in here someplace so you can just click and shoot right over to it. Boy, he's got some real hair-raising stuff about the law enforcement. And now what the law enforcement is trying to do is they're baiting all of these maniacs to become police officers. And they're offering them these, what are they, Dodge Challengers with, I don't know which engines they're equipped with, but they don't get into enough crashes, not enough high-speed chases, killing innocent people. So now they got to have Dodge Hellcats and breakouts. And what was that one motorcycle that I saw them trying to bait lunatics with the cops? Come work for us. You get to drive around on one of these crotch rockets. So this is the one thing I had to complain about. You gotta walk through this crap here. And that's 242. Town is all backwards. Undocumented aliens. You think the police treat undocumented aliens like they do citizens? You think they treat them better or worse? Can I see some ID? Can I see some ID? Can I see some ID? Can I get that ID? Can I get that ID? What kind of ID are they going to get? If you're undocumented, what kind of ID are you going to give them? I don't know. Shows you the double standards in this country. People in other countries feel bad for us because our rights are being trampled. And we're overwhelmed with bootlickers and tyrant cops. Holy mackerel. What would they say? Chock a block full of bootlickers and tyrants. And these cops are so ignorant, none of them know anything about the Constitution. And the Constitution, before you become a cop, you swear an oath to uphold the Constitution. First lie, right out of their mouth. First unconstitutional stop they make, they should be fired and have all of their papers removed. Everything, all of their rights to carry weapons, all of their security clearance, everything. All gone. Later, bye-bye. Say goodbye to all of that because that seems to go right to their heads. So they can't have that anymore. Look at all of this poison ivy jutting out into here. They don't care. People, landlords, are probably somehow connected to the police department. That's why the police departments and code enforcement is not interested in finding them. And that's why they get away with this. And these are the bootlickers. So if you lick a boot, you get special privileges. So you can clearly see this is all half-fast. Where it comes out over the public easement. Yes, he easily scraped this away with a shovel. Done. It doesn't. Why? Why? No accountability. Yeah, so the police are trying to make it look interesting. Here you join. You could be stupid. We know you can't do anything else with your life. If we look at your school records, you're probably subpar in the education department, and there's probably a few violent episodes in your record. So that's good for the police, and they, oh man, if you're shooting steroids, you're on them. You get automatic in. If you're related to another cop in any way, shape, or form, or you're shooting steroids, you got a real good chance of getting in to be a cop. And to be honest with you, how many cops do you think are out there waiting to make their first kill? I wanted to ask Joe that, and next time I talk to him on the phone, might be tonight, I'll ask him in his military service if he knew anybody that should have not been involved with the armed forces because of their mental conditions and their willingness to kill and their preoccupation with death. New Jersey Exposed brought up a good point. He says, well, once you come out of the service, that you shouldn't be allowed to become a police officer because you're trained for combat, not to de-escalate. You're trained to escalate and kill. It's a good point. Military is, I guess, all about as violent as you can be. Blue line guys are supposed to be de-escalating, which they don't because violence is their go-to when they're not destroying children and trying to brainwash children. You always see them in the schools, or if who orders these photo shoots? Oh, you go over there, you bring some guns with you, tasers and all of this, and Kevlar, and you go over there with the first and second graders, and you hang out with them. Man, your children are not safe. And if you think they are, look at Uvalde, Texas. Remember that? I didn't forget it. When the going got tough, they stood around with their hands on their butts. And then the one female officer said, and she was fired, hired, and then fired again, I believe. I can't remember her name. She says, well, if it was my kids, I would have went right in. If it was her kids, she would have went right in. So your kids don't mean that? Yeah, that's right. She wears a badge. She's not obligated to protect anyone. No one. So, law enforcement worldwide is in horrendous shape. Horrendous. The servants, well, they are public servants. So, I could call them servants. The servants are now attacking the masters. The masters are the people that pay their paychecks. Taxpayers. And they have no problem in falsifying a police report. They have no problem not knowing a damn thing about the Constitution. They probably don't even know what the Second Amendment is, I'll bet. And I heard somewhere that some police departments don't require pistol and firearms training. I don't know where I heard that. Maybe somebody can Google that and look that up. Maybe I'll do it later. Trying to keep my eyes off of the video screen. This is taking a real bad toll on my eyesight. So, yeah, humid as hell. Air conditioning's broken. The piece of garbage inspector that Gregory School sent, he's not going to write a negative report. Why should he rat on the people that are paying him? So he gives flying colors. The other day, when I called up and says, hey, now the air conditioner's broken, he wrote down a bunch of stuff that I've been asking him to fix for years. So, let's see if this guy knows how to reel these things in. Get away. People think they have the right to do anything. Crap their dogs on other people's lawns, on the sidewalks. Let the dogs run up to you and soak your clothes with snots. It's like me walking down the street with a machete. And I just so happen to feel that, maybe my machete would be nice rubbing up against you. How's that? Compared apples to oranges. Yeah, okay. Let's see if I can cross the street without getting killed. Okay. Like I said, made it to the big 7-0. Still early yet. Still early. Go over and get myself some kind of birthday sub sandwich and maybe a nice bagel. Birthday bagel. Again, I want to thank each and every one of you. Hey, Crime Night. These live casts are getting pretty darn good. So, Joe's risen from the ashes. Don't forget to get over to New Jersey Exposed. Mass accountability. What is it? Delete laws. One site that I don't mention that I keep checking in on is Cole and Jay. They're a fishing family, and they just had another child. They usually, and again, my whole background is fishing, which made what happened over there with the morons that much more hurtful. So I use their channel. I go there, hang out, decompress, sort of. It just hurts me to think that I ain't out fishing. And by the way, I'm not allowed on that beach, and I'm a resident here, and they want me to pay to get onto that beach. So that when I made that video, I was allowed on that beach because it was pre-season. So I got there like 2 or 3 days before they switched it over to you have to have a permit to be on there. So those people are just terrible, horrible people. The rangers and the commander, all of those wackos. You put a badge on somebody and it goes right to their head. Right away they know everything until they get to court. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, I plead the fifth, I don't know. Yeah, but when you're on duty and you were torturing people and stealing and drugs and crashing and sexual assaults, you knew everything. You know everything. You know how to run a citizen. Here's a long turdsman right now. Let's see if they have any objectionable things to say. Car number 15. So they know everything. When you put that badge on, oh man, they can tell you about cold fusion, everything. The history of the universe. Once you put that badge on, you're never wrong. Joe was talking about qualified immunity and prosecutorial immunity. Those are the plagues in these countries, and everywhere. They're the plague. When these people aren't held accountable. And what is it, that Terry stop law? That seems to be a real problem too. Again, you can look that up on delete laws. And that guy's name is Chili. So he puts out some pretty informative stuff. delete laws, and then searching his stuff for Terry stuff. I think it's Terry versus Ohio. So, hey, listen, it's a shame I have to learn all of this when I'd rather be out fishing. It's a shame. So, see, I'm almost here for those of you who stuck around and followed me this far before. And I'm soaked right now. It's so humid. Perspiration just isn't evaporating. It's just saturating. So we'll cut it short here. Say thank you to everybody. I'll run in and get my birthday food business done. Make sure you get over to those sites that I mentioned. You might find them helpful. And hit the thumbs up if you wish. I'll talk to you later. Thanks again.